Hi darling, welcome to Matchmakers. Do you have an appointment? Yeah, what's your name? Let me just have a look. Perfect, you're my 4 o'clock. Yeah, if you could just shut the door on your way in. Just to your left there, there's a drinks bar. We have herbal teas, fruity teas, a really nice Colombian coffee, and in the drinks fridge there's some juices, like hand pressed juices, soft drinks. Yeah, just help yourself and then come take a seat in front of me. Perfect, thank you. I'm just going to pull up your application. Okay, oh, you got a juice, yeah, which one's that? Oh, the strawberry and kiwi, that is one of my favourites. Yeah, I was drinking so much of it in the summer that I just, when you have too much and you've overdone it. Yeah, but that was a favourite of mine for a really long time. Okay, perfect. I know you submitted an application 2 days ago. When it came in, I was reading through and I thought you seemed like a very interesting, fun person. You know that we work through application only and we select only the best. So rest assured I'm going to find you some good dates, hopefully a good match depending on what you're looking for, okay? Cool. Also, I was looking at the photos you submitted. They are so pretty, but you are drop dead gorgeous in real life. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, the camera could not fully capture your beauty. Even when you walked in here, I just felt the room shift. You have a beautiful presence. It's amazing. I'm not being, I'm not stretching the truth, I'm being honest. Very honest. Okay. So, I know you've answered some of these questions on your application, but we're just going to go from the beginning. I have a list of questions here. I'm just pulling it up now. Okay, yeah. And it's just nice to hear it from you. I'm going to make some notes on what you're looking for, what you're not looking for. I'll set you up on some dates, and then we will go from there, okay? Cool. I already have your full name and address, but if you could tell me your date of birth so that I have your age. Yeah. Cool. And what's your sexuality? What gender or genders are you looking to date? Oh, you're looking to date women. Good choice, if I do say so myself. Do you have an ideal age range? Are you looking to date somebody older? Would you like somebody more in your age? Well, 5 years either side is the maximum. Okay. Ideally around your age, yeah. And when it comes to women, do you have a preference for more masculine, butch women, feminine, somewhere in the middle? You're open. Okay. What would you say you've dated in the past, just so I have some context? Okay. But you're just open in terms of presentation now. You're looking for personality. I understand. Okay. Let me have a look. Okay. What would your ideal distance be? Are you looking for something more long term? I know us Suffolks love a long term relationship. Long distance. No, we love a long distance relationship. Or are you looking for somebody that lives closer by? You want somebody close to you. Ideally not in this town, or you don't mind, okay? What's the maximum radius you say you'd go? 3 hours. 3 hours, okay. Do you drive? Okay, so 3-hour drive, maximum is doable. How often ideally would you like to go on these dates as well? Are you looking for a date a week, a date every 2 weeks, or twice a week or something? But weekly, yeah. And how much would you say you see your partner? If you were in a relationship, would you like to see them most days of the week, once a week, or like So I'm going to try and look for somebody as close to your radius as possible so that you can be close by to them, but it's going to depend on your personality answers and things like that. So would you say you'd prioritise closeness or you'd travel for the right person? Okay, yeah, good answer. Okay. And I need to ask as well, have you dated anyone that lives in this area currently? Because I know the pool of Sussex can be quite small. You haven't? That's perfect. Can I ask why that is? Have you not been dating recently, or? Oh, you just moved here last year. Okay. How are you finding it? You like it? Yeah, I do as well. I moved here a couple years ago too. It's very nice, very creative town, I'd say. Yeah, and there's lots of things to do. I moved here for work, so lots of people need matchmaking in this area. What would you say your favourite thing is about the area? The cinema. Are we talking about the one with the cosy chairs? Yeah, I'm gonna make a note. Right, the snack bar is so good. I know they have the pick and mix for the sweets. They have like pastries in there. Yeah, it's so good, and the lighting's really cute. Yeah, the heated reclining seats is just a game changer. It's so nice. Okay, so that's kind of the boring questions out of the way. We're going to move on to something more fun now and talk about you, of course. I'd love to know, firstly, what you do for work and how long you've been doing it for. You're a journalist. I think I remember reading that on your application now. That is so interesting. How long have you been a journalist for? 8 years. And how did you get into that? Internship. Okay. What do you do journalism about? Like, what do you research? Fashion. Okay, I'm going to write that down because that's really interesting. So fashion, culture, influences, more like street style. Okay, yeah. You prefer like small, upcoming designers. That's so interesting. No, I love that. Okay. And do you think you would like to date somebody that works in journalism? Are you looking for somebody in a different field? Do you maybe have a preference? I know some people find like doctors attractive, or people that work with hair or something. I don't know, some people have preferences. You don't want to date another journalist? Okay. Have you dated one previously? Your last relationship? Oh my goodness, can't have ended well. Which I'm glad about because you wouldn't be sat in front of me right now. Yeah. Can I ask when your last relationship ended? 2 years ago. Okay, that's good. Yeah, always have to ask. And are you still in contact with them? You're not? Okay. No, that's perfect. I always have to ask because I've had it in the past where somebody's dates just aren't working out, and then I find out it's because they still live with their ex, and of course people are like, what is that about? Yeah, exactly, so I always have to ask. Okay, and yeah, like I was saying, do you have a preference for industry or line of work? Someone creative. Okay, what would you class as a creative job? Matchmaking. I would class that as creative as well, you know? So we'd be compatible there. What else would you class as creative? Artist, yeah, of course. Hairstylist, tattoo artist, yeah. Videographer. Events planner. Okay, so you're quite open to different careers then, as long as it's a little bit creative in some way. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. That's good that you seem very open-minded, which is very good. I really like that in a person. Okay, and what would you say you're looking for in a relationship? Are you looking to go on some dates and see how it goes? Are you looking for your life partner? Like, what do you want to get out of all this? That makes complete sense. You want to meet some people, see if you click with anyone, and take it from there. So are you open to long term? You're open to it, but it's not your main goal. Okay. With the right person. Yeah, that's what I'm getting is you're just looking to find somebody that you get along with and see how it goes with them. Yeah. So you're open to long term, which is good, but you're not doing this solely because you need to settle down. I think that's a very healthy approach to dating. I really like it. Yeah. You know, no, I'm actually not dating anyone right now. Unfortunately, I just haven't found the right person. But I would be open to the right person, you know, somebody creative as well. Yeah. Okay, and what would you say your hobbies are? What do you like to do outside of work? You like movies? Okay, cool. What sort of movies do you like? Small independent studios, that's really interesting. Artsy, yeah. Oh, okay, so you like to watch things for like the art of it. You know, I kind of relate to that because my favourite movies are the ones that are really pretty to look at, like good set design or costumes, or, you know, the colours are nice, or they make a cosy feeling or something. Yeah, something like that. I'm not major into movies. I feel like you'd probably know a lot more than me. You could probably teach me. Yeah, okay. So you don't have a favourite genre? No. Okay, you're open. You're very open-minded. No, that's so interesting. Like I said, I find that very attractive. Okay. Any other hobbies? Cooking. You're a catch. Lots of people say that they would like somebody that can cook. Do you like cooking with your partner? You'd rather they watch? Yeah. I'm actually not a cook myself. I would rather provide company for somebody whilst they cook, so that's what you'd be looking for? Oh. Okay. I'll bear that in mind. I can definitely remember that because I fully relate. It's like we're the same, like two halves of one whole piece. What was the last thing that you cooked? A Thai green curry. I love Thai food. You do as well? Yeah, do you cook a lot of Thai? I can make a note. Okay, and any other hobbies? Okay, yeah, you like to be active. Yoga. It's peaceful. Okay. Okay. And do you have any niche hobbies or interests? Yeah, for instance, I'm obsessed with this place called Yakutsia, or Yakuts, I think it's called, where it goes down to like minus 50 degrees or something. It's freezing. I've watched every single documentary and YouTube video I can find about this place, like about how they live, they work, how they get food and go to like travel around and things. So interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. This is my niche interest. So what would you say yours is? Like, do you have any random niche hobbies? Vintage Barbie. Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, let me make a note. Do you collect them? If I go into your house, are you going to have one of those big collections of spooky, vintage, creepy dolls? No? Okay. You just have a couple vintage Barbies. That's amazing. I actually love watching those videos where people show their vintage Barbie collection or where they go and hunt for new pieces. You like watching those too? Yeah, that's so interesting. I think there's like a roller skating Barbie that I was obsessed with. She's really cool. Yeah, okay, that's really interesting. Okay, and is there something you're really looking for in a partner in terms of like a quality that they kind of must have? They must be creative. Okay. I know you've said that with their work, but do you just mean in general? Yeah, like a creative hobby. Okay. Or open-minded as well, yeah. Like they like trying new things, or okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm just making a note to make sure that I find you somebody who is open-minded. And is there anything that you definitely don't want in a partner? I'll give you some time to think about it if you want, but I feel like it's quite an important. Yeah. Okay, so for instance, I I need somebody that likes walking. Like, I can't date somebody that doesn't like walking, you know, because I love to go for walks and walk around new cities. I like to walk places. So I couldn't do somebody that doesn't like walking. You like walking? It is a nice day to do, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice to like go for a walk with your partner. So what would you say yours is? You don't want somebody that doesn't like trying new things. Okay. Somebody that has a major set routine in life. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I know some people love routine and some people don't like it, so I'll make a note. Yeah, I don't really like routine because then I feel like my days all blur into one, so I definitely relate to you there. That's why I kind of like this line of work as well, because my appointments are all shaped around my clients, so I don't have a set routine in my day and I like to do different things. You don't like routine either? Okay. Yeah. I suppose we're quite similar in that way then. I know some people thrive off routine, which is like more power to them, but I just don't really enjoy it, so I completely get that and I've made a note for you. Okay. Is there anything that you have in mind for your first dates? Some people prefer to do activities, so I can send them to play pool or bowling, or some people like to go for walks, some people like a dinner, some people like drinks. What would you prefer? Also, what time of day? Cute cafes. You wouldn't mind a cat cafe? Okay. I do know of one that's about half an hour away, which is a perfect first date location, because you could talk about the cats and talk about the food. It's a very relaxed environment, it's not too intense. Yes, you like a cafe. You like an interesting cafe, what do you mean? Okay, like decor. Interesting drinks. Yeah, I love when they have really niche flavours of lattes and things. Yeah, I agree there, I agree. In fact, there's one that I have to take you to, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. It's perfect time when we can go together. All of their dishes, their little pastries and things all have flowers in them, so it's really fun, like unique, and they tell you when you order the little cake you get a little information card about the flower. It's really interesting. Yeah, okay. Anything else? You like an art gallery? Yeah. Cool. Or a museum? Do you have any preferences? Like, are there any places that you'd like to go on a first date? You want a smaller gallery, okay? Are we talking like pop-up artists? Yeah. Smaller artists, nothing major. Yeah. For instance, I know the Serpentine Gallery always has pop-ups of up-and-coming artists. You know, the one that's in the park? Yeah, something like that. Okay. Yeah, I always feel like I learn something new when I go in there, and something about their style of art as well. It's so interesting. I agree with you. It's a really nice first date spot. And is there anything you don't want to do? You want to steer away from activities? What do you mean? Oh, okay, like bowling and things. You don't want to do that. Fair enough. Yeah, again, I agree. I find it so intense for the first date. I'd rather sit and get to know somebody than do something with them. Yeah. Any other ideas? Like pottery painting? Do you think you'd like that? Yeah. You want to take pottery classes? Yeah. They're quite a commitment, aren't they? I feel like that would be a good idea for you from like a 4th date onwards, because then you're locked in for like 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Yeah. You know, actually it's so interesting you'd say that, because my sister got me a pottery class voucher for me and a +1 for my birthday. Yeah, it has a really long expiration on it, but basically it's a voucher for 8 pottery classes for me and whoever I want to bring with me. So if your dates don't work out, we can go together, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. Okay. No, it has a super long expiration date on it anyway, so we can wait and see how your dates go. Just making a note though that you wouldn't mind pottery painting. Okay. And is there anything else you feel like you want to note on your application in terms of who you're looking for or who you're not looking for? I feel like I have a lot to go off here. I like to leave it quite open, especially with you, because I can tell you're a very open-minded person. I have a couple people in mind that kind of align with the things that you like and could also be a good match for you. Half hoping that they don't work out, of course. I might sabotage you so I can keep you for myself. Just joking. And when it comes to dating, would you say you prefer to date somebody with interests almost 100% like yours, or completely different so that you can keep your hobbies and interests separate? Or do you want a little bit of a mix? You like a mix? I get that. You want about 60 to 70% in common. Okay. Pretty specific. I understand though, it's nice to have some things that are shared and some things that are separate, because you can introduce each other to things and keep some things apart. Yeah. So I think from the application I would guess then that you want to keep the journalism separate. Yeah. And you want to have some similarities in terms of creative interests. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Are you interested in photography? No, you didn't notice that, but I'm going to list it as one of your hobbies. How did you get into that? Is it kind of aligned with the journalism? Yeah, the last year or so. I can imagine seeing all the photos that go into the magazines and things that you do your journalism for. Can be quite interesting. Yeah, you're friends with photographers. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that because that's really interesting. Okay, cool. So how this process is going to work is I'm going to send you a text in the next few days. I'm going to set up 3 dates for you for the next week or so, completely in line with the things that you've said and the dates that you'd like to go on. I'm thinking I send you to 3 cafes so that you can try something new. I've got some good ones in mind. So you go on these 3 dates. I'll send you their profiles so you can have a little look beforehand, just so you know who to find in the cafe. And then we're going to meet up, review, see who you want to go on a second date with, and see if maybe you want to try somebody new, or yeah, we'll just review and go from there. And we're going to meet in a cafe where everything's made with flowers, so that you can see that, because I feel like you'd really like it. Yeah, so that'll be our date. In the meantime, if you have any questions about the process, or you want me to make some extra notes in your application, please reach out to me and text me back and I can get that sorted for you. Yeah. Okay, perfect. It's been so nice to meet you today. Thank you so much for coming in. And like I said, I'll text you soon and we can take it from there, okay? Perfect, thank you. Yeah.